just wearing a rookie's uniform.
Where is everybody? They're saying code 4, but I ain't saying it.
Come on, guys, let's go.
Stop it. Stop this. No, 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 no.
Stop. Stop moving. Stop, stop, stop. Please stay on my truck.
I'm a convicted felon that likes raping little children their asses. How do I?
Can you please tell me how to become an officer? Because I'm really trying to help the city out and become a good person.
How old are you in real life, sir?
In real life,
Yes, sir.
16.
Okay, you have to be 18 to be in
I'm his older
PD.
brother. I'm 18 years old. How do I register?
Please don't hit, okay?
Okay, hello. I'm Noah Barthelomew's older brother. I'm 18. So if I'm 18, can he register too?
No.
Or well, can I register?
Nothing. Noah, stop hitting, okay?
Noah, come.
Sir, you have a game room, so no. Join if you're a member of a gang.
I'm not a member of the gang. Yeah, I'm a member of the gang.
You have a red name above your name.
I forgot about that. Those were my wild days. I'm gonna drop the act. I'm gonna drop the money, I promise.
Just hold on, we got stuff going on.
Officer, I'm out of the game. How do I register? How do I register? Shut up, bitch.
Nobody outside the PD garage? Okay, quiet. You can get out. Yes, sir. Bro, it's great pursuit you did. Bro, it's the best pursuit I do in the PD, bro.
Oh man.
I'm Monte. Remember? Can you remember like this? Monte, can you remember the time that like me and the suspect vehicle, we went off the ramp? But that was crazy, bro. Like I was like, I'm not gonna let this dude go. Like I'm gonna chase him, bro. Like I was like, bro, I'm not leaving you. Bro.
So, sir, I have a few questions for you. Were you previously in PD before?
We were together at the same time, sir, under Ben. You were colonel, I was colonel.
So you more or less, you basically know the rules, policies, and procedures, right?
100%, sir.
Okay, so about a day ago, right? You were seen in the beach with 3 gang members. In your personal vehicle as well over there. Is there a reason why you were over there with them gang members?
Okay. First of all, I was not there with no gang members, sir. I'm not sure who relayed this information to you, but let me just give you the full details as to what really happened that day.
All right, hold on before you get into the
hold on
details. 1 second before you get into the details. So what you got to understand is, sir, is that this has evidence, right? This was recorded on a body cam where you and 3 other individuals were there along with an admin. So it was documented, right? It was there. It's accurate information. So regardless of the situation, you know it's against protocol, even involved with engaging in any gang activity, whether it was a RP or anything. And also, you know, you just came into the faction as a rookie. So you even being in your personal vehicle on another part of town with gang members, that just looks bad. You have to understand that.
Right, I understood, sir. Can I get into the details now?
Yes, go ahead.
All right. So the first time you posed that question, you did not mention the admin. You said I was spotted with 3 gang members. So I wanted to make sure that there was an also admin there. So it wasn't like I was there holding a meeting with 3 gang members. There was an admin there. So getting into the details, the admin posted on chat.
I want you to stop right there.
Okay,
I want you to stop because you said you was going to get into the details, and now you're talking about the admin. Yes, the admin also left, right? Check this out. The admin left, and then the admin came back. And then the admin also addressed to you that no one in the faction was supposed to attend this, that this was only for civilians. And then that's on the chat saying, oh, okay. So my concern is, right, because none of us have access to how to know that was operating, right? That looks like something that a gang would organize, but the whole point of you being there should have never happened, sir. You're an officer, right? The last thing on your mind should be RPing with gang members. So regardless of the fact of you being there, It's not an excuse of you not. You should have never been there. You're a rookie officer, and you should have been here in PD or on your mission patrol or doing something as a PD officer would do, because that's not role play admissible. You hanging out with gang or anything with them. At the end of the day, are you even attending an RP training with civilians? Clearly, you have to show them on how we operate. So in some way, that's kind of like leaking PD information, showing them how we operate and how we do things. Because if you're actually going to an RP event to, you know, show other people how to role play, you actually have, at some point, you have to show them what we do.
That's I understand where you're coming from, Mr. Ray, but I really hate typically when somebody breaks my word. So if you want to finish something, you're saying, I'll allow you to finish. But if I'm talking, please, with all due respect, could you allow me the courtesy to finish what I'm actually trying to explain to you?
Yes, most definitely. But do me a favor and don't go off topic. Don't say you're going to explain something and then try to use what I just said to you about the admin. Explain your side of the story and why you were at the beach.
Okay, again, nothing I've said so far was off topic. Literally just said, you said I was spotted with 3 gang members, and that's something you said, nothing off topic.
Sir, I don't know if you're trying to play with my intelligence, but you're still beating around the bush into answering the question. Now, I asked you a simple question. You still haven't answered it. You said 3 different times you were going to explain why you were at the beach, and I've yet to hear why you were at the beach. So we can continue and get back on topic, and we could get back on that page. That would be phenomenal.
Again, we're not at that point because you keep on breaking my word. Like I literally just asked you a second ago not to. You did it again. That's why we're not getting anywhere. So moving forward, the admin, I'm not sure who was online that the admin posted on chat that I think it was moderator Bully is hosting an RP training at the beach. The first time he posted, he did not include the fact that no faction members, civilians. He only said RP course or training at the beach. So I figured I want to learn more as much as I can about RPing. So I figured there's nothing I've ever come across that said that police officers are not allowed to be part of an RP training. I went there because, first of all, I'm not able to do my mission patrols because there's a bug in my game. Ticket about that. David also saw that happening once. When I come back to collect my medals, I get stuck between floors. So there was not many officers on doing anything. So I figured instead of just standing around the P garage, got nothing to do. So let me go participate in the RP training. When I got there, I was told that it actually is only for civilians. And when I heard that, I left with the police officer that was there. And then only when we got back to the PD, the moderator posted again on chat that he's hosting this event, and he included the specifics now as to say that no faction members, only for civilians. That was the second time he put in those details. So at that point, I understood that I'm not supposed to be there, but the very first time he posted it, he just put it bluntly there that he's doing RP training at the beach. Didn't say who's welcome or who's not welcome.
Okay, let me explain to you once again. You took it upon yourself to attend a training that is not, whether you saw something or not, it's not on our Discord. So why you? It's like a gang member inviting you to their gang house. You know, it's just the whole point of you attending something and not running it by a higher up. Number one, you're a rookie officer. So therefore, you know, you didn't even ask permission to leave in your personal vehicle. You didn't bring that to anybody's attention that you were going to attend this event, right? You didn't say that. You didn't bring it. So it wasn't like you told anybody, hey, I didn't know. No, we caught you at the beach. It wasn't like you notified any of us about it. And then you were in your personal vehicle. So at some point, you had to get in your personal vehicle from PD and drive all the way over there, right? You're a rookie. Once again, if we don't permit you guys to get into your cars, right, without having your driver's license before doing your mission patrol? Why do you think that you can just come in PD and just get in your personal vehicle without asking to go on a business run or something, or putting a 10-6 in the radio? Because technically, that's the only reason you should be in your personal vehicle, right? Is to go on a business run to add tuning parts to your car, right? Because you shouldn't be seen driving around joyriding in your car, because you have a job to do, right? You get paid by the hour that we pay you, right? So therefore, you being in your personal vehicle by each still doesn't add up to the fact that you attended a training that you didn't need to be in. Your main focus should be your training here in PD. If you just said you was a colonel general, why aren't you invested in teaching other rookies here how to properly role play? See, you say you want to attend the RP training, but how many people do we have in PD that doesn't even know macros, that don't know how to use their radio effectively, that doesn't know how to do violations? So you telling me that instead of you trying to do your part here, you rather do your part out there?
Again, sir, like I mentioned earlier on, there was not a lot of officers on at that time because of the time difference. When it's daylight here, by me, it's midnight by you guys. So at those times, there was like, I think it was Officer David over here next to me that was on, literally the only officer. So I don't know if you may be trying to tell me that I should be teaching Mr. David macros or violations, because me and him were the only two on at the time. So that's why I said I wanted to find myself something productive to do, because there was nobody to do something with available at the PD. And again, sir, you're breaking my word.
I'm not breaking your word. I wanted to ask you a question because you're just repeating it over and over again about the same thing. But I want to ask you a question because in the video, right, the 3 gang members that you say you weren't with, if it was an RP training, right, this is what I don't understand. And I try to wrap my head around it, right? If it was an RP training, if you really pay attention to this video, but you haven't seen it, but they will. They seen it. If you really watch the video, you can see that all the gang members that were standing right next to you, ready for this RP event that you talk about, they magically disappeared when Gibbs asked you what you doing there. They all disappeared. So there was no RP of this. All the gang members that were there with you disappeared. They scrambled. So if it was really an RP event, why did they run away?
Okay, so if my my loyalty to the PD is being questioned, which is what I'm starting to sense from one so far, the only person that can settle this or clarify the whole thing is the moderator that was present. The moderator that called RP meeting, who was there from the when everyone arrived, he was there.
Yes. It's funny you're mentioning the. I can't hear you. Your mic is breaking up.
Let's call the moderator Bully to come here and clarify that.
No, we don't need to.
An answer for 2 gang members, and I'm a police officer.
We don't need to clarify that with an admin. We can handle that internally, sir. Okay? Because you weren't permitted to leave PD, right? And you're a rookie officer. So therefore, what does that mean being a rookie? You're not even supposed to be engaging in civilian role play at all. Anything in role play, you're not supposed to until you get your badge. And everybody here in PD knows that. It's not about me questioning your loyalty with PD. It's about you following the rules, policies, and procedure that's in place to ensure that you have a successful career.
See, the problem is you doing anything or you basing anything you say off me being a rookie. But let me also just this up. When I was rehired and the chief was present at that day, it was also said that technically I am not a rookie because I was unlawfully fired to begin with. So the only reason I'm in this uniform is so that I can rank back, and because I'm not gonna take the easy way around it or the shortcut, or that's not allowed. So I'm not a rookie. I'm just in this uniform working my way back up again.
So I'm gonna stop you right there, right? Just to clarify, because the chief is here and everybody's here. So for the record, you are a rookie and you weren't fired for no reason. I removed you from the faction because you were inactive for over a month. So that goes for anybody who's inactive for over the short period of time. You were inactive. You were not active for a very long time, sir. And that's why you were removed from the faction. So it wasn't that you were removed for no reason. You were removed because you have not been online for a very long time. And I was the one that removed you from the faction, along with everyone else that was not active, because I had to clean up the rosters and bring in people who actually wanted to be in PD and be active and do their jobs, not people coming in every 2-3 weeks just to come in for an hour. So just to clarify that, sir, I still, like I had a conversation with Matt. I don't think anyone should bypass the system that we have in place. You should still take your eval, because it should still test you on your knowledge, and it should still test you on the things that you know. That way we know that when we give you your badge, it's something that's being earned and not given. So everyone will not be exempt from that. You still have to take an eval.
So just if something you said, sir, I'm 100% sure that I was not inactive for a month, and I can prove it. And I'm just hoping that you can prove what you say about me being inactive for a month, because I can show proof that I was not inactive for a month. I sent a DM to the chief, who was Tom at the time, on the 10th of December, telling him that I'm going on a family vacation. And on the 19th, which was literally 7 days later, 19th of December, I was removed from this faction. So that's not a month later, it's literally 9 days later. And I can prove that. I just the fact that I was inactive for a month. Because if not, then we're going to have a problem.
First of all, you never submitted your vacation request. You DM'd the chief that was no longer in office. Michael was in office. You was still in PD the entire time Michael was in office. Listen to what you said right now. When did Michael become chief? Ask yourself that. You was inactive for almost a whole month, bro. I was keeping track of the roster. We were hitting you up on Discord. We were contacting you. You was not answering. We had to remove you. Everybody that we removed from the faction was inactive. Nobody was not removed for not being inactive. And if it was like that, you would have brought it to an admin and the admin would have addressed it, but you didn't. You didn't. If we look, let me see your workbook right now.
I'll show you my workbook, so I'll show you. That's not a problem. But again, I left when was still a chief, and you had just been promoted to a DFG, as far as I'm concerned. Frank was not yet a DFG or something, or a chief when I left. He was a colonel ranking officer like me, you, and a few other officers. So I'm adamant about what I'm talking about and what I'm telling you here. I don't know where you're getting your information. And to add on that, nobody Excel sheet to say that I'm going to be busy with real life stuff for a couple of days, as I had advised or told the chief at the time. And he was still chief. Tom, still chief when I left. You had just been promoted to a DFG when I left. So I'm not sure where you're getting your information, but I can prove everything I'm saying to you.
Sir, when Tom was in office, you quit, actually. And I believe, yeah, that's what happened. You quit.
Sir, please do remember that I did not quit. I just declined an offer for a DFG position, which you ended up getting. I did not quit the faction.
There's a reason why I got my DFG position, because of you. You was not active, bro. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you, bro, and tell you what is right and what is wrong. Everybody knows I'm a very true person on my word. And when I say something, bro, I don't need to lie on it, bro. Okay? I know for a fact that you were inactive, and that's why you were removed from the faction. Okay? And now, you coming back into the faction, hold on. You coming back into the faction with this assumption that you are ex higher up, bro, that was past tense, bro. Now you need to show us that you're able to take your role serious so that you can get to where you need to go, because we award hard work and dedication, not you just coming off of being a colonel general and us trusting that you know everything. And no, we need to see you taking initiative, properly documenting paperwork, doing your job effectively, okay?
It's the problems I've always had with you. You always include your emotions on matters. And I've even have videos where you going at rookies of the same thing, because you always get your emotions involved in matters like this. This does not have to be... Again, you're breaking my word, because you can't wait until I finish what I'm saying. You can't wait until I finish what I'm saying. Again, sir, wait until I finish. You'll have your chance. Again, I can prove everything I'm saying. So if you're saying that everybody knows that you're true to your word, then how about you prove what you're saying and I prove what you're saying? You're true to your word, and that means that I'm a liar. I'm not true to my word, because I know you were saying that I'm not a dedicated officer. When we came up the ranks the same time, we patrolled the streets the same time. I don't know what more about me you don't know. You still want to get to know about me. And again, being unlawfully fired, reason enough for me to say that I'm going to go through the hoops and loops again. Everything that I've done before, I'm going to have to do again. That's unfair because I told the chief on vacation in real life, and I was kicked off the force 9 days later. I can prove that until you prove that. Otherwise, I'm not gonna go through the everything again. And then, if that's the case, then guys, I'm gonna have to love and leave the force because I was unlawfully fired to begin with, and I can prove that. You're standing here in front of me and telling me that that's not the case. So, well, prove that to me then.
Matt, what's your
think
take on
it's-
this? What's your take on?
All right, so everybody that comes to PD now, even if they're rehires, has to start over. So you do have to take your eval.
That coming from you, Chief, can take. I don't mind. It's only because that the last time we had this discussion, you said that I won't have to do it. So I was going based on that. But if you changing your mind and say that I have to take it again, no problem, sir. The only problem I have is with Officer Ray here, trying to make me someone I'm not, or trying to say I'm a
Let me
not,
explain
which
something
is
to you.
not fair.
Listen,
I've
sir.
been very respectful to you, and I've been very patient with you, right? And if you feel like you have a problem with me, then maybe you should reevaluate and if you really want to be in PD or not, because I'm the last person you want to feel like you have a problem with.
Actually, I do have a problem with you. And while Chief is here, how can we address that? Because I do have a problem with you. And believe me, I don't want to leave the force because of you. And there could be ways around
Right,
it.
stop, stop.
Chief, I've got a
All right,
problem against you.
stop. Think very carefully before you choose your next words.
Sir, I'm literally just
You're
telling
talking
you.
about DFG here.
Understood, sir, but I'm telling you as the chief that I have got a problem against one of your DFG. How can we address that? So I don't understand why should I stop or what am I doing wrong?
I was in PD probably when I came into PD, I was a rookie. He was already in a vest. Buck wasn't even in PD. Blade wasn't even in PD. If you notice, right, and you can just tell the facts, right? Everyone that came into PD passed him because he was inactive. And this is what I'm trying to explain to him. He was inactive. How do you think I became a DFG from a rookie and I'm coming into the faction as a rookie and he's a vested officer and I become a DFG? Activity shows a lot. Your hard work and dedication shows a lot. This stuff about as far as you having a problem with me, that's irrelevant to the situation, right? You should know the rules, policies, and procedures. This is not your first round, Pete. And for you to even say you have a problem against me, I don't even know why, because I don't even have an issue with you. And if you have a problem with me, address it right now, so we can handle it accordingly.
Yeah, I've got a problem with you, sir, telling me that if I've got a problem with you, I want to have a problem with. I've got a problem with that. That's what I'm trying to say to the chief here, because that feels like a threat to me. Higher up, yes, sir. But my boss is standing right here. Who my higher up?
Ray is your boss. If Chief is not on, Ray or Lord John is your boss there, sir. So Ray is correct on what he's saying. He is your boss too.
Yes, sir, I was there. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying I was there because the admin or the moderator said he's doing an RP event training. That's the only reason I'm there. And you guys can ask him I did not talk with no gang members when he was not around. When I got there,
Alright,
he
listen.
was there standing with the 3 gang members, and they just joined the conversation. They were waiting for other people to come for the course, and nobody came. And that's when you arrived and told me I'm not supposed to be there. And then I left with you.
All right, guys, this is what we're gonna do. Mr. Smith, can you please go downstairs to the garage so I can have a conversation with the chief and the rest of the blue suits, please, sir?
Promise. Should I wait on you guys to call me back or?
Yes, please, stand by.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. 10-4.
So, Matt, but I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys. Right? I was the one that removed him from the faction. Back in that time when I had to clean up shop for Franks, and I went through the roster and I removed everybody that was inactive. I gave everybody an opportunity to verify and be active. I put that a couple times in the old chat, and also I waited a couple days to see if they would be active. I believe when I became DFG at the time, I appointed Smith. He was actually what he was. Matter of fact, Buck, he was a leader of a unit. I remember now, Buck. You was a leader of, I think I was Bravo, Delta, but he was a leader of a special unit. And because he was inactive for so long, Tom removed him from head of the unit. And that's how I got my promotion, because he was inactive more than days. He's saying he got he had a 9-day whatever vacation. Bro, at the end of the day, you gotta check in. He didn't check in or nothing. So it was like him saying that he texted Tom doesn't justify you leaving the game for almost months and not saying anything to anybody. We just promoted a colonel general, bro, for not being active and us contacting him. So why would you think you just came off vacation, bro, and then you go inactive for 9 more days? Like, why would you think you'll still be in the faction? Like, this applies to everybody, bro.
And I don't like how he was talking.
Me neither. And Matt, I think that a lot of people, some people, not a lot, like some people have that attitude where they come into PD and they just think that they're going to pass the process. And really, just some people that we have to put under that process again, because he was one of the officers that were not properly documented body cam. Like, I don't even know if he knows his violations. It's been a while. He's coming back in. And if he knows this stuff like the back of his head and he is the colonel general he is, then this should be a walk in the park for him, right? He should just walk through this like a walk in the park. It shouldn't be an issue for him to have to go through that.
Here's my question. What's the big deal about taking a test? It's literally just a review for him.
Because Lord John doesn't want no one who is a rehire to take an eval test. He just wants them to get straight to their badge.
Also, Matt, I posted the stuff with Troy Lucas earlier. Why did John send him on vacation?
I don't know. Lord Jojo seems to be just doing things.
Not after the stunt he pulled here in the office. There's ways to go about things, bro, and what he did was very disrespectful.
Yep.
Right, and I've been.
I don't think there should be any exceptions, and that's going to be the new rule.
I'm just really not feeling the whole him saying that he has a problem with me. Like, bro, at the end of the day, this chain of command, bro. You gotta fall in line and respect your higher ups. So you're saying you got a problem with me. That's kind of you making things personal, bro.
Well, he's got a problem with you, Ray, because you're calling him out on his shit right now. That's what his
Yeah,
problem
you
is.
notice how the entire time, guys, the entire time that I asked him why he was in the beach, did you hear a single response to explaining why he was there? He just kept saying, oh, it was an RP event. But if you really look at the video, you could see like Gully left, right? He left. He went to go handle something. You can see. Then he came back in and then he looked at Smith and he said, what are you doing? Like, nobody in the faction is supposed to be here. He tried to make it seem like the admin told him that and then he didn't know. Like, bro, there was no way that you could know that. Like, you must have been in the general chat with the gangs and stuff, politicking with gangs. And because why else would you go to a RP by yourself? He was the only person there. And then when Mark, I think it was Mark that did the video, he asked him, like, he was like, how did you get here? He was like, oh, in my personal vehicle right over there. So I'm just like, what the hell? So when I keep watching the video, I see the 3 gang members that are standing around him. They just skedaddle once ask him, like, what you doing here? They just run away. If you look at the video, you don't see them nowhere in sight.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like suspicious to me, bro. Like, and then on top of that, you guys got to look at the time. No one was on but David and him and Gibbs. That's it. So, if you was doing something like that, where's your body cam at to show that, Where's the communication at between your higher ups that's online? Why you not communicating and insist you on not to do that? Because tech supposed to even engage in activity. That's gang activity, bro. What you gonna sit there and RP with a gang member? You gonna show them our protocols of how we do things, and then now they're gonna know how we operate? Like, that's like leaking information, bro.
Nobody.
What's
Yeah, if
another
they got
issue
a
that we're gonna
problem with my
have with him?
DFGs, they got a problem with me not telling me
Matt,
that.
you know what the other issue we're gonna have with him though? It's gonna be a big issue. Look, he's a rookie officer, so what is he supposed to be doing? He's not technically he's a rehire, so what he's gonna be doing? Performing arrests. He can only issue administrative violations. Now, he just said he can't do mission patrols because he has some type of bug. So what exactly he gonna be doing if he's a rookie? You understand what I'm saying? Like, yo, I was gonna facts. I think now that I remember when I was DFG back then, I think I think Tom. I don't know if I was a DFG. I think I was a colonel. I went to the beach. I was hitting him up on the radio and he wasn't responding. And I caught him in the beach, bro, just sitting there. And then when I got there and asked him what he was doing there, he logged off. He was there collecting medals in a vest, and I caught it on body cam. But before I even got the chance to bring him to the office, he ended up, being inactive. So we had to terminate him anyways.
Yeah, you guys know what my opinion is. I've already said it, so.
Here's my opinion.
Listen to what he said. He said, and even before I had an issue with you, like, I'm just hearing about this now. What issues you got with me, bro? Me doing my job, bro. You're not supposed to be over there, bro. So what you even doing over there?
I say we should just terminate him because if he's gonna be disrespectful like that.
Tell you right now, I don't tolerate any of this. Stuff like that is a one-way door out of PD, in my opinion.
Just disrespect in general. I mean, that's our number one policy. That's first on the list, is that respect is a must with all members in PD. So, I mean, like I was telling Ray earlier, if we can't stand on that, where do we stand?
That's why I told him, you better choose your next words wisely.
He still didn't answer the question on why he was at the beach. You know, like how did he even meet up with them? Like, did you contact
There ain't no
them?
such thing as that anyway.
Exactly.
Like, honestly, in my opinion, that's a byproduct right now of why he should leave. I mean, to me, that's at the bottom of the list. It's the pure disrespect that he showed just in this office would be my number one reason to let him go.
Alright, I think we're on a unanimous decision that due to disrespect and lack of respect to chain of command and authority, this gentleman is no longer part of PD.
Should I call him up here then?
Yes, sir.
Take your tasers out. He might try to kill us or something. I learned my lesson with D-Mice when he shot me in the head.
You can join Lady Farina.
I'm pulling my Glock out just in case.
He's not responding to the radio. Just give him a second because he did this a lot in the past. So this is the problem that I have with him.
If not, David could go downstairs and go handcuff him and bring him up here.
Chief and Ray.
So before you guys, make the decision, I just want to know what problem he has. That's all, and then we can just come up to that determination.
100%. I want to know too. You know, Ray, he's not the first one today. Kiana came up to the office wanting to leave, and one of her things was that you had to go for her to stay.
I have not even never had a conversation with Kiana Lynch, and that's funny.
It's because apparently Vaughn Lynn is her boo name. It's like, Vaughn's my man.
Kind of with Raina. Raina did the same thing when Frank quit. My husband, I'm having a heart attack.
I don't know why. Ray's like chill, but he's got like that military general attitude.
All right, not a problem, sir. I'll tell you what my issue is with you. First of all, everything I'm gonna say now, I have proof, so I know what I'm talking about. So first problem I do have with you, Mr. Ray, is you've got a temper. Yes, you can be lenient, but when someone gets to your nerve, you got a temper, sir, and I can prove that. But I've never had a problem with you as an officer. So I've never even had a problem with the fact that you've got a temper before, because it never affected me. No, always but now I've got a problem with it because it's affecting me. Sir?
It might cut out there a little bit.
Okay, I've just got a problem with you because now your temper is affecting me. You, as the officers that you are in your current rank, you cannot say to me that I've been patient with you, Smith, and if you want to have a problem with me, I'm the last person you want to have a problem with. You can't say that to me and expect me not to have a problem with it. If you don't understand the concept of that, then I don't know. But I've got a problem with that because for someone in your position, you should know better. You should know how to handle these situations without getting your emotions involved. Because for me, that feels like now I'm starting to make you angry, or you are angry with me, which shouldn't be the case. We should all be here talking about this neutrally. As you can see, Mr. Zach is here, Mr. Parker, Mr. David, they're all here for the same agenda, but you don't see them talking like you talk to me. So that's my problem, sir. And apology is all that I would accept from you. Nothing else.
So I would stand true on my words. And repeating myself again, I am the last person you want to have a problem with, because in this department, I am a deputy federal general, right? So I'm to be treated with the utmost respect, especially when I'm displaying the same respect. So if you're sitting there telling me you got a problem with me, I should be the last person you have a problem with in this faction, right? Because I am the assistant chief. And I find that to be very disrespectful for you to even step out of your position and tell me that. And I just want to clarify for the record, I don't get angry, bro. This is a game at the end of the day. I never let my emotions overpower my intelligence, right? What I don't accept is I don't accept people that are not doing their job by the book, with responsibility, with integrity, with respect, with professionalism. And I stand true on that. And I'm very firm on enforcing the rules, policies, and procedures, to keeping this faction of structure and discipline, to making sure everybody is successful here.
And I agree with you on that, Mr. Ray. I absolutely agree with the fact that you try your best to always enforce the PD. But the only issue I have with you is the way in which sometimes you go about enforcing these rules. If you remember, me and you and a few other officers were doing a patrol in Santa Monica sometime last year, and Rookie came by like a who went off that rookie. You shouted at that rookie, and he came back. We came back with that rookie here, and you went on and on with professionally that rookie. For me, that was the first instance. The second instance was in the PD garage again with another rookie. You went back and forth on and on. No, for me, I have those videos to prove that you can lose your temper. Yes, you enforcing the law.
Mark. I'm gonna stop you right there, bro. And this is also disrespectful to me, right? That you sitting here telling me that you got body cam of me. Mind you, you haven't even been in PD for a very long time, and you sitting here telling me that you got an issue with me, right? And then you sitting here telling me that you got a body cam with me losing my temper speaking to a rookie. Let me explain something to you once again. I don't lose my temper. If I'm telling a rookie something and they're not supposed to be doing something they're not supposed to be doing, I have to enforce it. I have to do what I have to do. That's my role. It's not your place to tell me how to do my role or how to do my job, sir. And you're not at liberty to tell me on how to do my job, because I do my job well and effectively and efficiently.
Also, the reason why I'm mentioning that is because at the time I was a higher ranking officer than you, but you took it upon yourself to feel that you could address the situation as if we hear you the higher up now. You like that doesn't mean that I'm not supposed to have a problem with you. The fact that you are a DFG don't mean that you're perfect at what you do. You never make mistakes.
I never make mistakes. I never make mistakes. I never make a mistake, and that's why I'm where I'm at. I never made a mistake. Ever made a mistake. That's why I'm at. And yes, you was a higher up before, and like I told you before, I came into this faction as a rookie, and I passed being a captain, being to where I'm at, even when you was at that position. And did you ever sit there and ask yourself, why did I pass you in rank? I never belittled you. I never made you feel less of a man. But did you ever question yourself to ask why I was awarded that position and you weren't, being that you was in PD longer than I have? Because hard work and dedication showed. My hard work and dedication showed. What I did on Discord, what I did with my actions, what I did in PD showed. My training, everything that I did showed.
No, sir, I never asked because you surpassed me via rank. I was offered the position you got. I was offered by Tom Davids before you. I declined it because I didn't see myself in a DFG position. I was fine trade officers like Fabio, like Almonte, Chris. I was fine, and then you got the position. So I know you surpassed me. It's not because you did more work than me. It's only because you were more or less the same as me at the time. You were hardworking. I was, but I just did not want to be a DFG. So just to clarify that one.
So just to clarify, you did not get the position because you gave it to me. I had a conversation with Tom, and I had a conversation with all the blue suits at the time, and you wasn't going to get the position actually because you weren't. You again, and I'm telling you once again, your activity wasn't legitimate. You weren't on as much, and the position that you were in, you weren't living up to the duties, right? It's one thing to come online, catch a rest, but when you a special officer, especially like a supervisor like you was, your job is to make sure that people are doing what they have to do, following the rules, policies, and procedures, getting adequate training, looking through body cams. You wasn't fulfilling your roles and your duties as a higher up.
Well, sir, I don't want to say I just want to say that that's all not true, because if that was the case, we could just get someone come in here and tell you that that's not true. But that we don't have to do that. That's a long way of going around it. We've got Fabio here. Fabio was trained strictly by me. El Monto was trained strictly by me. Do you think that I did that in one day? Do you think I trained Fabio to be the officer he is? I did that all in one day that I was present. No, sir. Ben knows that I was present as much as I possibly can, but the time difference, like I mentioned earlier on, when you guys are online, it's midnight for me, or it's daylight for you guys, it's midnight for me. I'm at work. When I'm here, it's in the morning for me, and it's midnight for you guys. So there's a time difference. So that's what you're talking about. It's not me being inactive. I was active, but just our times overlap. That's something, again, I feel I need to clarify with you.
So you see, you keep opening doors that is irrelevant to this conversation. So it's funny, you bring Fabio up, and you wasn't aware of what happened. Fabio is a phenomenal officer, right? He's a phenomenal officer, but I can tell where he got his training from. And now that you tell me where he got your training from, I can see why he got demoted. Fabio got demoted because he wasn't properly documented body cams and things that he should have been trained on, that he didn't know his role, things that he should have been taught, right? So when you sit there and you say you trained the officer, you got to see why that officer at some point in their career went down, because they couldn't follow the rules, policies, and procedures because of the adequate training that they were given from the jump. So it all starts from the person who's given the training from day one. But we're not going to talk about other people. We're not going to talk, because we don't need to bring nobody in this room. Everybody that's in this room right now is everybody that needs to be in this room. We don't need anybody else's opinion. That's not needed here right now. Everybody's opinion doesn't matter. The people in this room is the most important people for this conversation.
Again, sir, I trained Fabio on field work, not the administrative side of things. He was supposed to know that. Chief made sure to post regular updates as to say that you do your bookings when you make your arrest. That's on him. I don't train. I train them on how to go out, use macros, make arrest, follow procedures and rules. That's what I trained Fabio on. And as far as I'm concerned, he's doing a phenomenal job at that. And that is what I trained him for, not the paperwork or the administrative side of things.
I feel like you're still living off the credibility and acknowledgement from the past. And what you're not understanding is that PD has completely transformed into something better, right? There was a lot of things that were not as enforced and is implemented as it is now. So things are different. And I still think you're still caught up in the past of thinking how things were run then, that you're not really acknowledging how things are done now.
Sir, you are telling me that I was very much inactive in the game in the past. So I am trying to answer that which you started by talking about something that's in the past. So why am I not allowed to answer something? Because
sir, that's not why this conversation came apart. That's not why we started talking about this, bro. We're not talking about you being fired in the past, bro. That case is done and over with. Because if it was really an issue, you would have brought it to the admins and the admins would have spoke to us, but you didn't because you were inactive for so long. So you never took the time to pursue it because you just wasn't invested in your job as much. Because let me tell you, if I get fired, bro, I'm going to the PD, I'm going to the admins and be like, why I got fired? Immediately, bro. That's how invested I am in my role. But are you going to do that? No, you're going to wait a whole month, right, to come back to PD and say, well, I was fired for no reason. But how do we know that? Mind you, when you got fired, it was documented on a whole nother server, which was Tom's server. So whatever, it's probably there.
A police chase to take someone down, we just got to go ahead and do it strategic together.
There's a lag going on.
There's a house party in Hollywood next to the Yellow House at the round spot. There's a bunch of cars up there. There's been some shooting. Lack of better words, that's all that's been going on. Yeah, almost finished.
About 50,
Allah.
sir.
I think we need
That
reinforcements.
positive, sir. Army would definitely need to be needed, sir. Yes, sir. We're going to send them up.
That is, know how to deal with certain people, different scenarios, and be patient. So you telling me that you've been patient with me, and you are the last person I want to have a problem with. I've got a problem with that, and I've said it, and I'll say it again. And I want something to be done. I want actions to be done about it. Or if not, I'm taking it one step higher. That's it. I'm following the chain of command, starting with the chief or all the other DFGs, addressing it with you guys, saying that, what are you guys going to do about it? If not, then I'm taking it one step higher.
So you got a problem with me, right? So how we could solve that, right?
Well, you guys are the guys in the blue suits, right? I'm a rookie, like you said earlier. So you guys tell me how to address it.
Sir, do you hear what you asking for my DFGs to address me on a situation that is irrelevant to the situation?
So me having a problem with you is irrelevant.
It's disrespectful, bro, for you to even have an issue with me and a problem with me, and it's not wanted here in PD. It's not acceptable. And if you have a problem with me, then you don't need to be in PD, sir, because I do my job effectively. I respect everyone. I give everyone a fair chance. And like I said before, I'm the last person you want to have a problem with because I'm a higher up here. I'm a DFG, okay? So I should be treated with the utmost respect. You should not be making it your mission to say, well, I have an issue with you and I'm going to address it and I'm going to take it one step higher. Because if that's the toxic environment that you're going to bring here in PD with that attitude, then you will be terminated, sir, effective immediately. And you can go to the admins, you can go to whoever you want to go to, and we will discuss with them how you are disrespectful to your higher ups and you are not respecting authority.
No, sir, definitely. I've got a problem, and I'm telling you that I've got a problem with you. I'm not going around bad-mouthing you or talking about you with other officers. I'm directly telling you, with other DFGs here, and the chief included, that I've got a problem. And if you've got a problem with me having a problem with you, then you, as the DFG that you are, you can do something about it or maybe fire me. I don't know what you're going to do about it, but I stand firm with what I have. You're only a human. It's not like you're perfect. You don't make mistakes. As much as you want to not make mistakes, we're all human. So if you like you 100%, I don't know what, AI, you don't make mistakes, that's fine with me, sir. But I do have a problem with you. And if it's not going to get addressed now, then you guys can take your actions, and I'll just to do what I have to do, because I'm here waiting on you guys. What is your decision? What have you decided to do? Because I've got a problem. We're sitting here, there's a problem. I'm not going to let it go. I'm sorry.
Okay, sir. So because respect is the number one policy here, sir, and you fail to abide by that rule, sir, along with, not following the policies of following directions of not leaving PD in your personal vehicle unless it's a business run or being associated with gang members while in your police uniform, regardless of an RP scenario scene that was not conducted without a higher up's permission. And due to all these factors, sir, I don't think you will make a great fit here in PD. I think that this will become an ongoing problem. And to solve the issue, like you said, we need to eliminate this problem, sir, because we don't need anybody having issues with anybody here in PD. Everyone's respectful, everyone's understandable and knowledgeable of the chain of command, and no one has issues with you, sir.
Sir, again, you do must, will do what I must. I've got a problem with you. Don't have a problem with anyone else in this room. So this is not a typical me kind of a situation. It's one of those that happen every now and then that needs to be addressed. and put behind. But if you wanna rather than deal with the problem, if you wanna eliminate me, then that's fine, sir. By all means, it's okay.
Well, sir, actually, we actually brought you to this office to discuss with you about a situation that you've yet to answer. And, you went into all these other things that were unnecessary. And now we understand that you have an issue with me and you had an issue with me in the past. But this entire time you're in PD, me as your GFG, unaware of this. So now you're caught at a beach with 3 gang members, okay, attempting to do an RP scene with gang members. Now, how you got there, who you communicated, how'd you get the information to be there, I don't know. But you should have never been there, right? Number one, you were there in a police uniform. You're not permitted to be over there with gang members. And you were in your personal vehicle and you were not in a business run. So that's what we were originally talking about, right? Before it became everything else that it didn't need to come to. But you've yet to disclose that information.
As far as I can remember, I've answered that question and I'll refresh your memory. I was there because of what was said to be done there. That's the first thing. Secondly, the reason I was there in my personal vehicle is because I am not able to do mission patrols. There's a bug in my game. I can prove that. I've logged a ticket for it. Mr. David here even saw it happening once when I came in the PD garage and then got stuck between floors. So at that time, it was myself and Mr. David that was on as 2 officers. I had nothing to do. He was here. And obviously, because last time I talked with the chief here when I was recruited, the chief agreed that I need to just get my medals and rank up, but I will not be treated as a rookie. So because of that, I did not feel the need to ask for permission to leave the PD garage. So everything I've done was not because of I don't respect the law or I don't respect everything procedures. I did everything based on the information I had. So if you guys, you feel like I broke the rules or I wanted to disclose, I don't know, do what with the gang members. Again, the way you're putting the situation with the gang members, again, it's like you implicating me. You're saying I was caught. I did not sneak out to go there. I went there, and when David arrived, I did not run. I stood there proudly because I was not under the impression that I am doing something wrong. So you say I was caught. I was trying to, do something and avoid being seen.
Okay, sir. So basically, right, it's just funny to me that when Tom was in office, right, in order to use your personal vehicle, you had to request for a business run, right? You were fired before Franklin was chief. When Franklin became chief, right, Franklin changed the policy to hit a 10-6 in the radio if you were going on a business run. But you weren't aware of that, right? So you coming back into PD, the old policy should stick with you. You should be asking for permission whether you're a rookie or not, because you shouldn't be in your personal vehicle to be joyriding or hanging out anywhere. The purpose of you going on a business run, right, is to adjust the parts on your vehicle, is to attend to business matters. And then when you're done with that, your job is to come back to PD, right? Because you're not on vacation. And you know this. So the fact that you're saying that, hey, because the chief said I'm not a rookie anymore, you decided to get into your personal car, right? Not even spawn a PD car. You got into your personal car because you're saying because you have a bug, you can't get in a mission patrol car. So why are you in a PD car? You're in a PD uniform. Doesn't make sense to me.
So I can illustrate this for you right now. I can get into exit the garage and come back in. I will be stuck between floors. But in my personal vehicle, that does not happen. Or if I'm driving with someone else in a PD vehicle, it doesn't happen. So again, I don't deny the fact that the vehicle was in my personal vehicle.
So
literally,
listen
I don't
to
know.
me. Hold on. So listen, because you can't do mission patrol, right? Guess how you making your medals right now? You're just staying active. Just staying active, getting your medals. So you know about, getting medals so that's the only way you get in your medals. So how are you really doing your job if you're not out there doing your job.
So, as I've mentioned before, at that time it was myself and Mr. David on. There was no vested officers on to go out and actually do patrols or ride. So the only productive I could think of to do was to be part of the RP training, because at the end of the day, and as much as I can, whether it being policing or RPing. So the specifics were not put on chat to say that no police officers allowed. The first time he posted, he didn't mention.
Keep mentioning David, right? David, you're higher up. I didn't see David there with you. So why do you keep mentioning David and you and him were online? Did you run that by David that you were going to go attend that? Then that would be different. But you were caught there by another officer.
My bad then. My bad, because I think it was Mr. David. If not, then it was another officer, but it was a blue vested officer that was with me online at the time. If not David, then you guys would know. It would most likely be the officer that gave you the body cam footage.
How do you know it was a vested officer? See, how do you know what officer was there? Let me ask you this: was it a vested officer, or was it a blue suit, or was it a badged officer?
So again, it was a blue suited officer, like one of you all. It was not a vested officer. 100% sure about that.
And then the admin addressed you, right, at some point, right, and told you that this wasn't for factions, right? And then he told you to get into the car, right?
Yes, sir. Right after that, he told me to get into the car, and we left.
So why did those 3 gang members that were standing there for the RP scene, why did they skedaddle so fast? Like, they literally disappeared. There was 3 of them standing right next to you, talking to you, right? And then when Mark asked you a question, they all disappeared. If it was an RP scene, right, they would have been like, hey, what's up? You know, they would have been all cool about it, right? This is what I think, right? They would have been all cool about it, getting ready for the RP scene. Everybody been talking about it. And then Mark comes, it's all quiet. Nobody want to talk now, right? Not even you was talking. You was typing, by the way, okay? And then they ended up running away. And why is that? Why did they run away if it was an RP scene? I'm curious.
Well, you're as curious as I am on that one, sir. And I guess we could agree on it would be unfair of you to make me answer for 2 gang members that I don't know. I don't know why they did not stick around, but what I do know is when I arrived there, those 2 gang members were with the admin, so I found them standing there. So it's not like the admin came to us. I found the gang members standing with the admin there, and I just joined in. That's how I.
But the admin didn't invite you to be there. You invited yourself. That's what I'm saying. The admin even told you to leave. The admin told you to leave.
Sir, admin did not give personal invitations to people to be there. Posted it on chat. Anyone was invited. So I went there because of that. When he told me that I'm not welcome, I should not be there. So when I realized I shouldn't be here.
Since when? Let me ask you something. Since when, and the entire time you've been in PD, I've been in PD, and all the chiefs that's been in PD, since when, please tell me, do we do RP scenes with civilians, bro? Come on. Make it make sense, bro. And they weren't even civilians, bro. They were gang members. Okay, so this RP thing you're saying, you know, you don't know these gang members are coming to infiltrate on how we do our things. Right? Now you have to show them on how you have to perform arrests, on how you use your protocols, right? So now that comes to where you're possibly having to leak PD information just to train people, right, that are not in your faction, right? Because your brothers in blue should be the people that you be wanting to train with, to be teaching how to be better. The people here in PD, the rookies that are coming here, should be your priority, not what's going outside.
I get that, sir, and I like thinking back now, it was a mistake on my side. But the way I thought of it was the training or the RP training would be in a general sense. I did not feel that at any point, shape, or time I would be asked as to, so how do you as a police initiate a traffic stop? I did not feel that I would be asked any of those. I thought the meeting would be an RP training course, as I am part of the RP training or the university on Discord as well. I try to learn where I can. So I thought that would be like a general training session, not like, oh, what are you doing? What do you do in the PD when you pull us over? Or like, I thought it's gonna be in general. That was my taking on it. So when I arrived there, I discovered that no, it actually is not the case. And as soon as I was told that, I did not argue or try to do anything. I left because I knew that I'm not here. Before that, I did not know.
Smith, you've been in PD long enough to know the fundamentals of role playing. I mean, it's not rocket science, bro. You know how to role play, bro. So I don't understand why you're trying to say that I'm trying to learn as much as possible, bro. Civilians don't role play. Gang members don't role play. Police role play. You have to do the most to role play. So for you to even say I'm going somewhere to learn something that you already know, that kind of draws suspicions to you, bro.
I'm sorry, sir, that's how it comes across to everyone. But for me, I'm always eager to learn. That's what I said when I was being hired, and that's how I've always been. And again, sometimes it doesn't work in my favor, like this situation. I'm always eager to learn. That's just the type of person I am. And I misread that whole, and I take full responsibility for that. But the only thing, sir, that I've got a problem with is just that I understand that you guys thought I was leaking information to the gang members. Like that for me is like I would not dare do that. For me, like I don't know, I wouldn't do that. I just misread the whole situation. That's what I'm trying to say here.
So what is it that you thought that would have been resolved by, going up to my chief and telling them that you have a problem with me? What is your solution? I'm just curious to know, what was your solution?
Solution would evidently obviously come from your end of things. Depending on how that is, whether it is to my liking or not, I would then take it one step further, or if it's the outcome of the decision that you guys have made, it would end there. Out of that. The reason why I'm mentioning that in front of the management here is that I want them to know that I had a problem with you and this is the problem. So should anything happen between me and you, like for instance, you giving me a rep when present for something I did, I want them to know that between me and you, there is a history. So something that happens between me and you from now moving forward, they should make sure that they look into, because I've had a problem with you. And if I should get a rep from specifically you, that is something that they should look into, because there's always been a problem that was not resolved between the two of us. My thing was not you getting a rep, but I was just covering my back against you, because I've dealt with people that is higher up than me. And sometimes, and I'm not saying that's you, sometimes people can use their position to, make the lives of other people that is lower ranking than them hard. So I'm just covering my back to say that should Officer Ray ever do something to me, I want you guys know that you should look at it, because it might just be because he really has a problem with me, like I stated before, or maybe I was just wrong and he just did a good job at fixing it. That's why I mentioned that I have a problem with you. Just cover my back in that sense.
So let me explain something to you, right? I'm the one that set up the Discord, right? I set it up in such a way that Everything is so organized that an admin would just have to go on it and know exactly why you were removed, right? So for you to say, for you to ask my higher ups that I trust, right, who got my back and I got their backs, to question my leadership, question my authority, that's kind of out of your zone, bro, don't you think? That's not right for you to even say, because at the end of the day, it's a group decision when we come together and we talk. And this is a chain of command, sir, right? This is the chief, I'm the DFGs, and so forth, right? It's a chain of command, sir. So if we come up to a decision, right, it's not for you to say, well, he repped me, and you guys got to investigate Ray because he repped me. There has to be a thorough investigation done on Ray because he repped me. Do you hear how that sounds?
Again, decision making is something I understand. You guys can make that decision as a group, that's fine. But it's how you, if you're the person that has to break it down to me as to what the final outcome is, the way you bring the message across to me would determine how I take it. So if you come to me with an attitude that I don't like, or maybe an attitude that I feel is disrespectful to me, and you telling me that we as this group decided this for you, I would be fine with that. But the way in which you put it, the wording you use, if I've got a problem with that, that does not mean that I've got a problem with the decision that you brought to my attention. I have just only a problem with how you brought it, or how you, the wording you used. So again, I don't have a problem with the group or management. I have a problem with the way that one of them, which is yourself, addressed me. So that again is something I want to make sure that you understand. I don't have a problem with the group way that you addressed me. I have a problem. And last time I checked, I do have a right to have a problem with you. I do have a right to have a problem with even my chief here, because at the end of the day, we're all human. I find a problem with you saying that you are 100%, I don't know, perfect what you do, so that nobody should ever have a problem with you. And if someone has a problem with you, that's respectful. For me, that I don't get that. So we all here try our best to do things by the book, but sometimes things don't work according to plan. That's just a way of life. So that doesn't make you a bad person. It just makes you human. You telling me that if I have a problem with you by the book, then I'm a problem. Sir, that is my opinion. Again, that's fine. I'm fine with you saying that. I'm not fine with you saying that I've got a problem with you, and it's like I shouldn't have a problem with you. You the last. That for me, I don't get that. We're all human. Much as we try to do our best at doing our jobs, not always the case. That's just life, even for you. Like, I'm not trying to make this a group thing, sir. This is just an individual thing. I have a problem I had against you. And I feel like we're not getting anywhere with that. That's why problems like these are not things that you say, Mr. Ray, I've got a problem with you. No, you take it to one of his higher up. Chief is not on. If Zach was on, I would talk to Zach about it, because Zach would approach it from a different point of view. Whereas if I tell you directly that I've got a problem with you, for you, you're not going to address that situation. Your judgment might be clouded because you are involved in the problem. So again, I understand the way you react.
Can you please stop doing that? Stop giving us your philosophy on how things should be run in PD and follow directions. Okay? Stop telling us on how things are supposed to be done, because you know what? I have loyalty for my brothers in blue. And if you have a problem with Zach, you have a problem with me. If you have a problem with the chief, you have a problem with me. And the same way, we have each other's backs here. We all a family, bro. So don't sit here and say you have a problem with someone individually, because the only one making a problem here is you.
So again, I feel like I have to correct you there. We are family, starting with you guys as the head of the group, coming down all the way to me being a rookie. So we one team here. If I've got a problem with you or Zach, or I've got a problem with Fabio or El Monte, it's the same thing. We one family. So I feel like you excluding management from the rest of the faction. You guys are the higher up. I'm not telling you how to do the job. I'm saying we part of one big family divided into different levels. You guys are the highest of the rankings. But it don't mean that I can't have a problem with you because Zach is going to come after me because I've got a problem with one of the group. No, we are all in one faction. I'm a check.
Anybody have anything else to say?
It's getting
No,
late.
it's just
I'm getting tired.
What else?
Also, problems within PD against one person creates divisions among everybody. You can't, if you have a problem with one person, that you essentially have a problem with everyone. A lot of us here come from military backgrounds, so the way we talk or how we do things is just how we were taught when we were in the military. For example, I'm Navy. I know I sometimes probably have that military attitude. I know other people in the PD here in real life have been in the military, so they have that military attitude.
I get that, sir, and I get where you're coming, sir, Chief. Also, Mr. David, I get where you coming from as well, sir. The only thing I'm saying is, don't forget about us as rookie. You guys wearing your blue uniform. For me, it looks like you excluding the rest of the lower ranking officers from you. It's like you've got your own thing going on there, so much that if somebody has a problem with one of you all, then you will eliminate that person rather than focus on what the problem is and fixing it and putting it behind as one group. Because at the end of the day, you might be management, but we in the PD. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, but Mr. Smith, look, just step back just a second, though. Okay. All right. What I want to get at though is instead of making, coming to us and saying that we need to make a decision or fix the problem, maybe you should look at yourself and maybe try to fix the problem. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're saying you have a problem with Ray, but is it really with Ray, or is it just with how the rules are affecting you? You get what I'm saying?
So I get what you're saying, sir. If it was the problem with the rules, then I believe that I wouldn't have managed to rank as far as an ex-colonel my when I was here at the PD before, if I had a problems generally with rules, I wouldn't have made it that far up the chain of command. So I like to think that I don't have a problem with rules. I just I follow the rules. But if you tell me that this is the rule today, and then you come back tomorrow and tell me that, look, I'm not in the mood for this, for me, I've got a problem with that, because I stick to the rules. As far as I know, you as management are not allowed to address us as rookies like any way you feel and want. There's a way that you guys need to talk to us. And as much as you are higher ranking than us, there needs to be that level of respect around everyone. So if I say that, Mr. Buck or Mr. Younger, I've got a problem with what you just said now, that don't mean that I've got a problem with the whole group. It's a problem that we can sort out right now. But you guys are now saying that instead of dealing with that problem, you would rather either eliminate the problem or just tell the person that, look, now you've got 4 more other enemies or 4 more other people that you have got a problem with. For me, I don't understand that. That's what I'm saying.
That's not really what I said. It's just, you were called up here to give your perspective of what happened that day and why you were there and why there was gang members there and an admin, right? And then we come around to where now you have a problem with Ray, and I'm just trying to say that maybe the problem isn't with Ray. It's just the problem is that you're having trouble because we're asking all these questions. Well, Ray's doing most of the talking, but we're asking the questions of why you were there and what you were doing and everything like that, and you're getting offended by these questions. That's what I was trying to get at.
I also need to ask. Listen. I also need to ask. Does some of this stem from the fact that we updated the rules to where you have to do your eval? Because rules change in order to better PD. That's why we changed that rule.
Yes, sir, and I absolutely understand that. But again, of you guys to expect me to know that rule has changed, because ever since I was hired, I've been gunning or chasing after people to add.
I just honestly don't agree on when you say things like, well, you guys are supposed to do this and there's a certain way you're supposed to do. Like, you cannot tell us on how to do our job, sir. You cannot tell me how to play my role. My role is my role and your role is your role. And at this moment, you just came into PD, sir. So what does that mean? That doesn't, when you say, oh, we a rookie, bro, you a cadet, basically. You just came into PD.
Okay, I don't get the point being, sir.
All right. So just tell us right now, is you having a problem with Ray going to be an ongoing thing?
I honestly think that this is an issue that he was not going to let go, in my opinion. I think he has a problem with my authority. I think that's what this is. This is a problem with him seeing me as a DFG, respecting my authority. Because other than the situation of me asking him about the beach or whatever, should have never got personal to him saying he has a problem with me, because if there's any problem that you had with me, it should have been addressed when you came back into PD, right? Should have been addressed. You see me walk by you in the garage. Hey, Ray, let me have a conversation. Hey, Chief. Should have been addressed then. Right? Not now. Not letting it. So you're telling me every time I come into PD, I'm seeing you, and now I'm just seeing a guy saying hi to a guy that has a problem with me. How positive is that for PD?
So again, you may have maybe missed, or my mic glitched when I said before, I never had a problem with you because your temper or how you do things never affected me directly. But now today, coming into this office, I did not have a problem with you when I walked in the door. I only had a problem with you when you said that you have been patient with me and you the last person that I want to have a problem with. That is when the problem started. Anytime before that, I did not have a problem with you. And that is literally the whole thing I'm trying to say to you the whole time. I don't know, maybe because of my accent or language barrier, you're not understanding that. I did not have a problem with you because you never directly affected me. But I was conscious and aware of the type of person you've been. And like I said, I can prove everything I say here because I was once a rookie. There was once a time where I always had a body cam on, and we even went out on a few patrols. I've got what I'm talking about, proof of, and I can show it to you guys that Ray can lose his temper sometimes. So I'm not breaking off and wanna,
Are you
go into
serious
that.
right now, bro? Are you serious right now? Are you really serious right now, bro? Are you serious right now?
This is what I mean, sir. This is what I mean. Again. Oh, sir, I beg to differ. Any of you guys have your body cams on right now, I really strongly suggest you go back and watch footage. I know. Again, sir, we can go at it back and forth the whole day. And I just want to also elaborate on what the chief said, that he don't think I would be fit for the PD. Not a problematic guys. I can work in a team. Would never find a complaint lodged against my name. History has proven that I have no problem with following rules or procedures. And if you guys feel otherwise and you wanna dismiss me without having that proof, then by all means. But I know myself, I don't have a problem with rules, management. I always will be addressing a problem that I don't like head on because I don't want the same space as Ray if me and him has got a problem. I want to address that, get it out of the way, be able to greet him when I see him in the field. That was the whole point of me saying that I've got a problem with him. But I don't know, maybe it came across the wrong way to you guys.
I just find it disrespect how you're gonna say that you guys do what you gotta do and I'm gonna take it to a higher power, and then now you're sitting here telling me that you got voice recordings of me. Like that's like mad inappropriate, bro.
Again, sir, those were not intentionally to investigate you. We went out doing patrols, have your body cam on. You just happened to be the person I was rolling with. So you making it sound like I body cammed you specifically for the reason of implicating you. No, sir, I've got that because we were together patrolling and I was following rules again, having a body cam on. That's how that came to be.
Nothing you will have in your disposal will implicate me. I can promise you that because I know how to move. Understand me? So none of those little videos you got of me proves anything. It proves me doing my job, standing on business. Like Chief just told you, we come from military backgrounds. We come from that. We're very strict on certain situations. But you saying you have a problem with me on things that is irrelevant, bro, that it's really personal now. You making it personal. You know why you made it personal? Because now you're taking the time to address that you got a problem with me. And then in the midst of you talking about you having a problem with me, it comes up that you're saying like, oh, I had a problem with you before. So now it's an ongoing problem that you have with me. But you decided to wait till now, right, to address it because you're being found on allegations, right? You want to say that your past has shown for it. I'm gonna be honest with you, sir. I've been a DFG for a while. I've been in a high position for a while. You and I both know that, and I'm not gonna lie, bro. Everybody knows I'm not gonna lie here. I'm telling you for a fact, you was inactive, bro. You was not doing your job. You was not doing your duties, bro. I'm telling you for a fact. And I'm not trying to discredit your name or nothing like that, but I'm telling you as a man, I'm being honest with you. As a DFG, I'm telling you the truth.
Sir, if you can't prove that, then that would be your opinion. I can prove that I've been hands-on the PD ever since I've started until last year when I went on vacation. Only time I was inactive. But before that, I was hands-on. I was active as much as I possibly can. And if you say that I wasn't, then it's just your opinion until you prove it.
Smith, I don't need to prove anything. You were fired. That's enough proof for you.
I'm sorry, I was fired.
Yes, you were fired for inactivity. Yes, sir.
Okay. But you know what? We're going off topic again, sir. That's fine. If you feel that way, that's absolutely fine. But we don't have to go in detail that because that's not what we hear, right? That's not the reason we hear, right? Know myself, and I chose to be in the PD from the get-go, and I've never looked back, and I've never been less proud of myself or the police officer that I've been. So again, if you guys feel that I'm not a perfect fit, it's a decision that you guys have the power of making. I respect the PD so much that I won't even argue that. But what I accept is being implicated or being made someone I'm not, like an officer that was not doing his job. That I cannot accept. That I can't take. Because I know myself. And I've been under 3 chiefs so far. Chief Steve, Tom, now Matt. 2 chiefs that I was under before can account for my record. You can account as to the type of a police officer I was. But if you're going to stand here, Mr. Ray, and say that the chief said that you were not doing your job, you saying it to me is not guaranteed that 100% is the truth. It's your opinion as far as I'm concerned until proven otherwise. So we can stand here back and forth and say this, the chief said that, you say I said this, and I say the chief said that. The chief is not here to validate anything we say about him. I feel for me that's just a waste of time, and we're wasting. I'm wasting a lot.
I think we need a rewind right now. The chief is right next to me. That's the only chief right now. Matt Avery is the chief. So let's not talk about anybody else. This is the chief. That's all I care about right now. The chief right here. We're not going to talk about the past. We're not going to talk about other stuff. This is the chief right here. This is our chief. And I've been DFG for Michael's term, and I believe a little bit of the other term. Oh, it was just this term, Michael's term. And before I was DFG, I was a colonel general. So don't you think I had more than enough time, right? Because I never took a vacation, by the way, right? Like you said, you took your little family vacation for a couple, and then you came back and you weren't in your uniform, right? Never took a vacation. Been in PD for that long. So you don't think that me, at my credibility, that my word, and if I tell my officers what I've seen from you is not going to hold, you feel like I need to prove that to you? Like, why do you feel like that? I think that I'm at a high rank to show that to my officers, that they will believe me because they know I stand on business and they know that I'm not bullshitting. So for me to say that you were inactive, just to say that, it's not right, bro. I'm not going to say you were not active if you weren't active. You were not active, bro. And I'm telling you for a fact, because I was the one that had to go through the Discord physically. I set up the entire Discord. I had to go through the Discord physically and write every person's name on a piece of paper, right? Because I didn't have a system where I can clock you guys on when you were active or not. So what I did was I wrote it on a piece of paper and I would check you guys off. First, I made sure whoever was verified. Then I checked you guys off on the activity, on how many days you guys were active. Smith, you was not active for like a whole month. And I'm telling you the truth. You was not active for a whole month. And that's why you were removed from the faction, for inactivity.
Again, sir, instead of telling you I made sure to tell the current chief that I was going on vacation and I was dismissed 10 or 9 days later. I can prove that instead of standing here and telling you. And then again, just to prove what I said to you earlier on about your word use, how you say things can be sometimes disrespectful. I take offense in you saying that you went on your little family vacation. Because I'm talking about real life vacation. I'm not talking about an in-game vacation here. Again, your word use for me, I take offense in you talking about my family, like my real life family, like little family vacation, because I'm talking about real vacation here. Maybe you think I was talking about in-game vacation. I told the chief that I'm going out with family in real life. Understand? And you wanna say little family vacation, and you think I won't take offense to that. I don't understand how your logic or how you think sometimes, sir. And that's what I meant when I said sometimes your word use get to me. That's the only problem I have with you. Word use, how you say things.
All right, we have come to a decision. Mr. PK Smith, at this time, you're being removed from the faction for the disrespect you've shown today. If you have any complaints about it, go ahead, and I will be talking to Vengeance about this anyway, so he'll already know.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for your time. And, I appreciate you guys for everything you've done. And
Have a good night. That was way too long, dude. It's over an hour.
Yeah,
Hello, sir. Hello, General Daily. Yeah, so can you hear me right now? Hello, sir. Yeah. Sir, can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me right now, sir? Yes, sir. Sir, General Zach asked me to come, so I forgot to add him up. Please, can you tell him and General Matthew that General Matt, I'm over here waiting for them because I submitted my information yesterday. Yeah. Let me add you. Let me add you. Let me add you, sir. All right, sir. I just added you now. Oh, what's your Discord? All right, sir. I'll do that right now. Right now. Thank you. Please let them know that I'm here waiting. I'm gonna stand over here.
Oh, what's up, David? I didn't tell him to come back. I told him just put on his application. I let him know when to come back. But I'm logging out, dude. It's already like 1 o'clock my time, so I'm logging out, man.